It's not been a good week for the UK economy. Growth forecasts, downgraded. Inflation forecasts, upgraded. The Bank of England has just confirmed what millions already feel. We're living through the worst of both worlds. The UK is sliding towards stagflation, slow growth, high prices, and low confidence. Productivity is falling. Businesses are cutting jobs. And for most families, the question isn't, can we get ahead? It's, can we survive another month? But here's the twist. This story isn't just about numbers. It's about your life, your rent, your energy bills, your future. If you're serious about understanding how we got here and how to rise above it, stay till the end. Because by the end of this video, you'll see that while the system may be broken, you don't have to be. The Great British Stagnation. The Bank of England says it bluntly. The UK's productivity crisis is worse than the data even shows. In real terms, we've barely grown since 2019. The average Brit is earning less today, after inflation, than they did 6 years ago. For 15 years, we've been told that recovery is just around the corner. But the corner keeps moving. The UK's productivity, how much we produce per worker, has been crawling since the 2008 crash. And now, as firms face higher costs, taxes, and regulations, many are freezing hiring. The irony? The only thing still rising is house prices. Inflation, the hidden thief. Inflation has come down from the 2022 highs, but don't be fooled. Core inflation, the one that really matters, remains stubbornly high. Gas prices are climbing again, and with them, food, transport, and rent. This isn't the good kind of inflation that comes from booming demand or rising wages. It's cost-push inflation, the kind that punishes ordinary people for things beyond their control. For low-income families, this is devastating. Energy bills swallow paychecks. Pensioners lose their winter fuel allowance. And yet, somehow, profits in energy companies keep rising. The bank hopes this won't cause second-round effects, where higher prices spread through the economy. But hope is not a plan. The truth is simple. The UK remains dangerously dependent on gas. Our electricity is still chained to gas prices, and that's why we pay the highest energy bills in Europe. The collapse of industrial production in the UK has fallen sharply since 2021. Factories that once built our future now echo with silence. Our manufacturing output is lower than it was before the 2008 crisis. Call it what it is, deindustrialization, a slow erosion of the working backbone that once powered Britain. Total investment is only 18% of GDP, one of the lowest among advanced economies. Even when we do invest, it costs more and delivers less. Building a tram system in the UK can cost 3 times as much as in Spain or France. The result? Clogged roads, underfunded transport, and towns cut off from opportunity. Yes, the government has announced new projects, reservoirs, nuclear plants, and housing reforms. But let's be real. Even if they work, the effects won't be felt for years. Growth without prosperity. Let's imagine for a moment that the UK magically achieves higher growth. Would it actually make people's lives better? Not necessarily. A report by the Joseph Rowntree Foundation found that even if GDP grew faster, poverty would barely change. Why? Because growth doesn't always trickle down. In the UK, growth often just drives up rent and house prices, leaving real incomes stagnant. For the poorest households, benefits rise slower than wages. And for many workers, wages haven't truly grown in over a decade. Economists talk about GDP, but the average Brit talks about survival, the housing trap. In the UK, housing is both dream and nightmare. Average prices are now 8 times higher than the average income. Worse in London and the Southeast. Rents have exploded. Families spend half their income just to stay still. Meanwhile, investors, domestic and foreign, keep buying property, not to live in, but to profit from. That's why homes remain unaffordable for millions, especially the young. The rise in housing wealth has fueled inequality, a gap between those who own and those who never will. And it's growing. In the end, housing isn't just an economic issue. It's a psychological one. The illusion of progress. The government celebrates the rising national minimum wage. And it's true, it helps millions. Cleaners, servers, and bar staff are earning more. But businesses are also paying more. With higher national insurance, energy costs, and wages, many small firms are struggling to survive. The result? Hiring freezes, investment cuts, and fewer opportunities for young workers. Unemployment is officially at 4.5%, but the number hides a darker truth. Over 1 million people have quietly moved from unemployment to sickness benefits, escaping sanctions but not poverty. The real picture: the UK's labor market isn't thriving, it's tired. A two-speed nation, Britain, has become a two-speed economy. London, fast, rich, global. Everywhere else, slower, struggling, forgotten. Outside London, 42% of graduates can't find graduate-level jobs, so they move to the capital, only to face rents above £2,000 a month. London attracts nearly all major investment, while the rest of the country gets leftovers. It's not just unfair, it's unsustainable. Take London out of the equation, and UK average incomes look shockingly low by international standards. And even for Londoners, the dream feels hollow. They earn more, but pay more, live smaller, and stress harder. The government's balancing act. The government is walking a tightrope. They've built budgets assuming growth will pick up. But if it doesn't, and signs say it won't, they'll face 3 painful choices: raise taxes, cut spending, or borrow more. Taxes are already at record highs. Public services are under immense strain, from the NHS to local councils. Waiting lists grow, potholes deepen, courts delay justice, and many councils are warning of bankruptcy. Is there any hope? It's easy to drown in the gloom, but let's pause. Not everything is collapsing. Sterling, for example, is actually 10% higher than it was in 2016. And yes, it's fallen recently, but not catastrophically. Consumer savings have quietly risen, meaning that if confidence returns, there's room for spending and growth. And history teaches one truth: the UK has been through worse. In the 1980s, unemployment hit 3 million. In the 1990s, interest rates soared above 15%. In the 1930s, there was mass poverty and no safety net. We survived. We rebuilt. We adapted. So while today's crisis feels endless, remember, stagnation is not destiny, the real question. The real question isn't, can the UK grow again? It's, will we learn from the past? The UK doesn't need another temporary boom. It needs a transformation in energy, education, housing, and productivity. It needs courage from leaders, innovation from entrepreneurs, and belief from citizens. Because economies don't change by chance. They change when people decide enough is enough. So as we end this video, ask yourself, are you just watching history or shaping it? The UK's future won't be saved by forecasts or policies alone. It'll be saved by people who think differently, build bravely, and believe again. Because decline isn't inevitable, it's a warning, and every warning is a chance to turn around. If you're still watching, that means you're serious about change. So don't stop here. Keep learning, keep questioning, keep demanding better. Subscribe, stay aware, and stay hopeful, because the story of the UK economy isn't over yet.